Hey YouTube, we're back with our brand new channel, a 99 Tahoe, which is going to be highlighting all kinds of service, maintenance, and upgrade modifications to a 1999 Chevy Tahoe 5.7 liter V8 4x4. And here we're looking at the HVAC climate control selector module, and this is a new unit, and it has a protective film on the face of it here, which I didn't peel off, which is why it kind of looks crummy, with some air bubbles underneath it. I can definitely go and pull that off sometime, but for now I just left that on. But I want to, though I already did the work replacing this unit, I want to go back and touch on it and just highlight a little bit of it, because this is a very common replacement part that seems to burn up on a lot of these old trucks, whether it be from a surge of power, or in my case, I believe that I wrecked it myself. I shorted it out. I had the dash all apart, and I pulled this unit out, and when I did so, and here's my old one, when I did so, I broke these clips off the side, which is very easy to do. I think here's one that's still good. So I broke one of them off, and this plastic gets very brittle with age, and it's easy to do if you aren't careful. That was my bad for doing so. But anyway, it was working, and I went and broke it. I broke that clip, and when I had it all put back together, it was loose. And because it has this open circuit board here, what I believe that I did is, going over a bump and having this move around, I managed to short this open circuit on the metal radio case that's surrounding this radio head, and I believe that's what caused my short, because I can almost remember the moment that it happened. I was driving along listening to tunes, and I lost all my music in my front speakers. It phased out and was only playing through the rear for about 5 seconds, and then came back, and from that moment on I couldn't select my zone. I was stuck blowing on the floor, and my AC was stuck on. Now during the summer months that's fine, but up here in Minnesota we're gonna need some heat in the winter, so we can't just stick with AC all the time. So it was necessary to get that fixed or get it replaced, and not only because you know, it's stuck on the floor, but for the heat, and then we don't need the AC pump air, the compressor engaged, you know, all times driving around. But what I do recommend is buying new, which is a route I went. I'll put a link below where you can buy this on Amazon. It's 130 bucks brand new, and it just saves you the headaches and give you the peace of mind that you're getting a good part. You could flip a coin and perhaps get lucky and get one out of the junkyard if you can find one. Now I'm going to the junkyard quite often because I'm looking for a driver's side seat to match the rest of my replacement seats that I've put in here now. And so I'm keeping an eye on junkyard vehicles for all the compatible models, which are a lot for a 99 Tahoe. We're talking about GMCs, we're talking about Suburbans, 1500s, the other Chevy pickup truck models, and so forth and so on, for quite a few years, about a decade's worth of years, for the classic body, or old body style they call it, which is a very beautiful style. That square body is just something they're not putting on new trucks, and they're all rounded out in today's models, and these nice old bodies are very attractive, and they're in high demand if they're taken well care of, just because they look so cool. They look so much more like a mean truck, you know, like with just a square, you know, upright stance, you know, sitting pretty high in an old Chevy is just a feeling that you can't duplicate. But anyway, going to the junkyard, I see that, you know, within a week, maybe even a couple days, all these units are pulled out, like, immediately, which goes to tell me that this is quite a common issue. I believe that these will burn out whether you have a short or not, just with age, and the fact that this open circuitry can get kind of cruddy and dirty, and you know, your old transistors and whatnot, they just they'll fail on you. I did go through and check my wiring and the harnesses, and there weren't any wiring shorts, there were no blown fuses, so I'm pretty sure that this is what happened with my clip. I broke it, and then I shorted it out on the radio. When you go and replace this new, you do have to disconnect your battery cables. You know, in my case I have two batteries, so I made sure they're both disconnected, no power whatsoever. replace your module with the power disconnected, not only is going to reprogram your computer, but it's also going to ensure that you're not going to short out your new unit while putting it in. Just because of this open circuitry like this, it's just a little bit risky. So you get that in with everything disconnected, your computer will reprogram, and then bada bing, bada boom, the new unit working absolutely wonderful. No more AC compressor pump stuck on. I can select my zones. It had nothing to do with the what are they called, modulators? The zone modulators or whatever that are in there that shut actuators that shut those actuator doors and direct your airflow. Had nothing to do with any of those. I was a little bit concerned about that. No wiring shorts, you know, nothing like that. It just is this Selector unit, and you go buy a new one on Amazon, link below, and you got a peace of mind, and you can get back to working on the rest of the truck. And yeah, I mean, you could go junkyard, you could give it a shot. You're going to see that a lot of them are cruddy, a lot of them are dirty, a lot of them are brittle, a lot of clips broken, and you risk running the same issue. If you do have broken clips, but your unit is working, you might want to consider wrapping it in foam or rubber, or enclosing it with some sort of gap material just to protect this and keep this from touching anything metal, and then you can avoid shorting it out. That's an idea, but I do recommend going new, and just, you know, hard to find them used anyway from the yard. I think guys even will just pull them and they're selling them used on eBay. Again, you don't know what you're getting. For old electronic equipment and whatnot, I just recommend new. You know, there's some great things you can get from a junkyard. I'm a big fan. I go out to pull our parts here in Minnesota, and they allow me to pull my own stuff, and it's just a fun blast of a day out there sweating and busting my knuckles. You know, that's just a great time. It's a great pastime of mine. But some things you just got to buy new, and that's where the auto parts store comes in, or Amazon. You know, 130 bucks, you know what you're getting. You got a brand new one, and if you have to, you could return it, and so forth and so on, and nice and clean, and even has a little protective film layer on here and keeps your grubby fingerprints off of it and whatnot. So that's what's going on. You know, make sure disconnect the batteries. I'm sorry that I already did this work, but for my future stuff, we're gonna have the camera right there. We're gonna put dual exhaust on it. We're gonna replace speakers. We're gonna do some soundproofing. As you can see, I got my beautiful bare metal showing. You know, we're working on getting some new seats. Here's one from the junkyard. My back ones are folded down, but they're absolutely beautiful. And we're gonna have the camera right there as we do it, so don't let this discourage you that I'm only here blabbing my yapper flapper and pointing the camera at something I've already done. Don't let that discourage you, because we will be doing it hands-on together, and from the comfort of your home you can watch me break my back and bust my knuckles and have a good chuckle as you take a nice sip of that cold one and have some popcorn along with the show. So subscribe, brand new channel, a 99 Tahoe. If you're driving a 99 Tahoe, or you're driving a 99 Chevy truck, or any of these other platforms that are compatible, you know, GMCs, other Suburbans, other Chevys and whatnot, you want to subscribe, and we're going to do this together just because it's so common. You know, half of the trucks in the American-made junkyard section fit this. You know, half of them there, and that's just awesome. It gives me a lot of options for getting replacement stuff at the junkyard, and also makes the channel, you know, valuable. It's worth watching because it's such a popular vehicle. They're very strong, sturdy vehicles. They last forever. No reason why I shouldn't get this up to 300,000 miles on the engine. Right now it has 185, so it's just getting started. Just a baby at 20 years old, just getting loose, just getting ready. So we're going to push this thing to the maximum. We're going to modify it. We're going to pimp it out, and we're going to have one hell of a ride. Tahoe, baby. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. Take care.